I had a first-time experience in a Final Destination movie tonight. I teared up in this movie. Literal tears came to my eyes and I had to wipe them. And it was the scene with Tony Todd. Oh my goodness, what a send-off. What a scene. Rest in peace to Tony Todd, a living legend. Oh my gosh, that scene was so good. I literally couldn't believe I was tearing up. I was like, man, that really got me. Rest in peace, Tony Todd. Final Destination Bloodlines stars Kaitlyn Santa Juan and is about a college student who returns home to find one person who can break the cycle and save her family from horrific fate. Welcome back, Death. We've missed you. We are finally talking a brand new Final Destination Bloodlines released in theaters today. As a kid, I grew up with this franchise. Those first three I have seen so many times in my life, trying to sneak watch them at friends' houses. I was not allowed to watch this series growing up. And then when that fourth one came out in 2009, I convinced my parents to go see that movie, and man, it sucked when I saw it as a kid. And I never got to see the fifth one in theaters, but I did watch the fifth one a long time ago, and it was so good. And then it's been quiet ever since. We have waited a long time for a new Final Destination, and I am here to tell you, I got to see this movie in IMAX tonight, and if you are a fan of this franchise, and you have a great time with this franchise, go and see it. Trust me, go and see it, because this movie, as a fan of the franchise, was everything I wanted. This was what I wanted. I had a fun time in this movie. It's not amazing. I'll go ahead and say that. It's not 94% Rotten Tomatoes score that I saw. No, I'm sorry. It's not that high. But damn, did I have a good time. So, of course, let's get straight into the positives. First things first, this movie knew the fans would come out to see it. And they said, we're just going to do all the deaths. We're going to kill people. We're going to have it throughout the entire movie in very fun and inventive ways. And they do that. All the kills I found to be super gory, super fun, super gruesome. And my crowd was having a total blast. There's a few times I even were like, oh man, and the movie got me in those like squishy moments. And as a horror fan, this franchise is so much fun that this movie took that and said, hey, let's update it. It's 2025. Let's bring back this franchise. And it felt like a refreshment because like the opening disaster, I might have to say it's up there for one of the best ones. Again, I've only seen this movie once on IMAX tonight, but man, it was really cool to watch. It was like a restaurant on top of this really tall building, and then it just comes crashing down. It was very exciting. It was very exhilarating. It was a great way to open this movie, and throughout the entire movie, you just have inventive kills, bloody good time, and I was having a ton of fun. Now, this movie, for being the sixth movie, you kind of got to update the movie a little bit, do something new, and I really liked the family element. So, basically in this one, our main character isn't just having these visions throughout the entire movie of people dying and got to go save them real quick. Basically, it's a bloodline of a family tree, and whoever's the oldest is going to die first, and it's going to go down from the parents to the kids, and they got to save one another, and it was really refreshing, honestly. It was a complete refresh of just the Final Destination stereotypes, and I had fun with it. Seriously, I was like, I didn't expect this to work that well. I figured it'd be like the same formula, which it kind of is. But in the end, the family element was the best part. It truly made the kills just a little more impactful because it's family members and it's going down the list to the young ones. And it's like, this movie doesn't hold back. I will say, this movie kills kids in your face. And I'm like, good for you, movie. I appreciate you. And I just like the family element. It was something different in this franchise that you need in a sixth movie. Like I said in the beginning, the best scene in the movie, Tony Todd. Obviously, he was in the first two. He was in the fifth one. I don't think he was in the third one. I know he was in the fourth one. But with this one, his scene is so good. It's so good. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but they gave a major character moment to his character. And I really liked it, especially for, obviously, we're never going to see Tony Todd return, obviously his passing, but this was a good little button for his character, and I really liked the movie did something with him more than just him being like, here's the rules, do that. No, there was actually a character to him, and I really liked the family element. I thought all the brothers, the sisters, the cousins, whatever, the uncles, relating to this family tree, it felt a little more impactful for our characters. There wasn't like some bully douchebag who gets killed, whatever, and you enjoy it. Everyone had their moments of just pure family. Some of them were a little more obnoxious than others, but the thing is, it was still a family. They're connected. So it was a little more impactful when someone gets killed. And I will say, the comedy really does hit with this cousin character, the tattoo character. I forget his name, whatever, but he was so funny in this movie. And there is many moments in this movie that the movie just says, hey, we're going to do a little corniness. Sometimes it's a little too corny, but when it was the perfect, reasonable level of like corniness, it worked in my opinion. I laughed a good handful of times this movie, and again, the gruesome deaths add on to it. So I was entertained. I was enjoying the new storyline of the family element. I was really enjoying the directors of this movie just updating this movie. But I have to admit, it's not 95% Rotten Tomatoes in my opinion. I know that's what it's at right now, certified fresh, but in my opinion, it's not a perfect movie, honestly. So my biggest negative, and this honestly is a little disappointing, I wasn't a big fan of all the CGI blood and deaths. Like, I could tell there is some practicals in this movie, and when there's brief moments, I'm like, all right, that's cool. But it's a lot of CGI. Like, our opening disaster scene, really cool scene, it's a lot of green screen through these windows. It's a lot of CGI. All the deaths in this movie involve CGI, and it just, I don't know, for a franchise that's used practical effects and CGI, when it's used bad CGI, like in the fourth one, it's really bad. This movie's not as bad as the fourth. The CGI is nowhere near as bad as the fourth one. But I have to admit, as a horror fan of this franchise, seeing these all CGI deaths was a little disappointing, I can't lie. I was like, you could have done a great practical in that exact moment, but again, CGI. And I will say this, when it comes more into our family drama, the main character's mom left when she was 10 and returns after some people get killed, and so she has to return to her family. And there's supposed to be like a family drama here, and it just wasn't fully developed, and it honestly didn't work for me. It really didn't add anything to the movie. I just kind of found it to be like, I understand you're trying to do this family drama because it's a family bloodline movie, but this drama didn't felt needed by the end of the movie, honestly, because once people get picked off one by one, it didn't feel like there was like a family impact when everyone's dying. In the beginning, when people are first getting killed, it's like funeral, depressed. By the end of the movie, people are just dying, and they're like, we gotta get here now, we gotta get there now. And I'll say this, when it comes to our ending, when the movie is resolved, again, I like the family bloodline tree. It was really cool idea. I really liked it a lot. I like the ideas they did in this movie. By the end of it, driving home, I did think to myself, how it ended, it does resolve and end in a way where it's like, if you're a fan of Final Destination, you shouldn't be shocked on how it ends, honestly. It ends in a way where, like, the other 5 films, it's like, yep, that's what I expected how this movie was going to end, so I'll say that without spoiling it. But again, the family tree's cool, but by the end of the movie, it does end up just kind of feeling like, we still are a Final Destination movie. We did a new idea, but we're going to wrap everything up like a usual Final Destination movie without spoiling it. Now, like I said, I had fun with this movie. I seriously did. I liked all of the characters. They perfectly matched the comedy moments, some corny moments. There were some bad dialogue, but that has been the entire franchise since the first one. So at this point, I'm used to it. There is some dialogue, but that's like really bad. It's just kind of like rushed dialogue for the script to move forward. But again, it's been there since the first movie, so I'm kind of used to it, but I wish they would fix it. Anyways, I feel like I'm being too negative. This is a good time. As a fan of the franchise, I had a good time. The deaths are fun. The movie overall just feels refreshing with this new Bloodlines idea. And by the end of it, I said to myself, I would totally watch this movie again. And my God, Tony Todd, you made me cry in your last scene. Man, that was a great scene. But hey, go see this one, especially if you're seeing it in IMAX. I'm going to give Final Destination Bloodlines a B. I will say this, though. If you see this movie in IMAX, the IMAX format kind of spoils when death is about to happen, because the aspect ratio grows every time a death is about to start, or some things start to fall over and then it leads to a death. Every time the screen would get bigger. So I'm like, all right, so someone's about to die. Thanks, IMAX format. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the IMAX format. It was loud and big, whatever. I love all that stuff. But the formatting growing every time a death's about to start, I was like, you're kind of just spoiling when I know when a death's coming. So that was a little annoying. But hey, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this movie review. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.